beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning. It's going to be a rough day for me, and I don't want to keep bringing it up, but, you know, when you have a tragedy, it never goes away. Today's my son's birthday, and it's a bad day for me, but we're going to make it a good day for everybody else. We're out here at Jones's Park in East St. Louis, Illinois, and we've got a few people here, but that just shows you. That shows you good people of East St. Louis, you good people of St. Clair County, you good people of the state of Illinois, and you good people in this great country, that these big shot, ass wipe, good for nothing son of a bitches don't give a damn. I'm out here in the sun, and I'm only going to be out here for an hour, so nobody feels sorry for me. Nick Cohen, a great friend of ours, said, hey, I've got some cold water. I said, no, it's a symbolic thing. I'm not going to drink cold water and sit in the shade to broadcast this show. I don't want anything to drink, and I'm sitting in the sun for an hour. You ass-white politicians, Alvin Parks, Alonzo Greenwood, LaToya Greenwood, Charlie Powell, you no good son of a bitches, where the hell are you at? You're not out here. No, you're sitting in your air conditioning, you ass-white bastards. And I have to say black ass-white bastards because you are black. If you were white, I've called enough white son of a bitch and politician ass-white bastards. You guys sitting in your air conditioning. You don't give a damn about the people of East St. Louis. Mark Kern, I challenge Bear Civic, I challenge Sprague. And I've challenged these guys in East St. Louis. They would not take my money. But I'll tell you what's happening. I got some calls last night and we heard it today. They're scurrying around today. They got to get this open by Monday. Now, I'm not going to take credit for it. I don't want to take credit. All I want is this pool opened. I don't give a damn who gets the credit. As long as the kids get the results, as long as the kids can sit in the pool, and I know at night they're going to be hot. I can't do anything about that. But we've done something about it today, and we're going to continue to do it. I see them out here. I'll tell you what, you guys need to come by the pool. They've got 8 or 10 people. One of my people said when she walked by, somebody in the group said, this is the most unorganized stuff I've ever seen. They called them out on an emergency cleanup today, people. Because Monday they're going to open, I would assume, now I can't promise you, they're going to open the Jones's Park splash pool. And I know, and some people will say, hey, Bob, it's because of you. And maybe it is. I don't care. I offered the $10,000. Oh, it's awful funny. Hey, Park District. Hey, Alonzo Greenwood. How the hell did you come up with that money real quick? I want to know where the money come from, or were you lying? And you just didn't want to open the son of a bitch because it don't affect you and your family, because you guys going to be over at the Creve Coeur pool. You're going to be up in Swan. You're going to be somewhere else. You're not going to be in the godforsaken area of East St. Louis, you asswipe, no count, good for nothing, son of a bitch and perverted politicians. And it's black and white. We're down here at Jones's Park in beautiful East St. Louis, Illinois. Was a great park at one time. I used to walk here from the Roosevelt Homes. Brings back a lot of memories. But it's amazing. It's amazing how you got to kick these son of a bitches in their ass to get anything done. So hopefully Monday, this splash park will be open. Hell, they've got 8 or 10. I saw some people on the front side. They've got 8, 10, 12 people wiping everything down. So that must mean that we've been successful, people. Not me, all of us. We put the message out there. See, we all have the same message. I'm just fortunate enough to have the voice to give the message. But it's really amazing. I don't see Stanley Franklin out here. See, these guys, I guarantee you, I got a call last night. They're scuffling. They didn't know what to do. And I told my people, I said, just let it go. Let them have the credit. But I guarantee you, if we, not me, if we hadn't addressed this situation, this pool never would have been open. But for a lousy $10,000, they weren't going to open the pool. But awful funny when me, Bob Romanik, not as a politician, but as a person who loves children and animals. I ain't much for people now, I'll tell you, because they can take care of themselves. But I love children and I love animals. And a guy said yesterday, and there's a lot of racism in this country, a white guy said, Bob, well, you can go down there and screw with those guys in East St. Louis. I said, well, number one, those guys are people. Those guys are Americans. Those guys are my friends. But I said, even more than that, I love children. You know, if you're 4 years old and you're black, you're 4 years old and you're white, you're 4 years old and you're purple, you're a child. Now you get to be 15, 16, black or white or purple, and start doing violent crime, start stealing, start selling dope, then you're a no good piece of crap. I don't give a damn what color you are. But these poor kids in East St. Louis, they start out in the negative. And in the summertime, people, I've been there, done that. I've sweat my ass off and sweat my ass off at night. Hell, everybody in Roosevelt Homes was 100 pounds. Hell, we didn't need to go to a gym to work out. Hell, we sweated it off. We was like Richard Simmons. We sweated it away by just sleeping. And I don't want to make light of that. I'm serious. But now they tell me that the politicians have got off their ass, thanks to me and thanks to you, because they knew once you people heard it, that there was going to be problems. So again, we don't care how this pool got open. I would assume it's going to be open on Monday. And I don't want to thank these guys down here, because when you're pressured to do something, you don't deserve thanks. They should have done this without me pressuring them. They should have done this without me exposing them, but they didn't. But now they're going to. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank whoever, for political reasons, of course, put this together and got this started. But I still want to know, and I like Irma Galladay. I don't like the Greenwoods because they're so damn greedy. I don't like Parks. I don't like Charlie Powell. I should like Charlie because, see, I'm a convicted felon, and so was he. But when Kern says Bob Romanik, that convicted felon, he's casting a bad light on everybody that's been in trouble, everybody that's had a friend or a family member in trouble. So, Kern, apparently you don't want any convicted felons' votes, and if you don't get their votes, you can't win. You couldn't win to be a Girl Scout. And I want to apologize to the Girl Scouts, of course. You little bitch. Girl Scouts are decent. You're not. I believe you all wear lace drawers, if you know what I mean, sweet cakes, and I think you do. But anyway, we're out here sweating our butts off for an hour. I got Mayor Officer out here. I got to salute him. Hell, he's got a suit and a tie. At least I got an open button shirt. The mayor's got a suit and a tie on. Hell, he'll be 48. Mayor, you've came to the Bob Romanik exercise school. You don't need Nutrisystem to be out here for 6 hours, and you'll lose 30 pounds. With me today, our good friend, the candidate, not for the, and I'm tired of this too, people. We're not Republicans. We're St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We're running against the Democrats. The Republicans wouldn't put anybody on the ballot. So we, Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white, inner city with Mayor Officer, outer county with Roger Cook, we all got together. Because we say we want to vote the person, not the party. So when these guys down here, especially in East St. Louis, because the East St. Louis people are conditioned to be Democrats, if you got a Democrat that's going to steal your television, or a, quote, Republican who's going to put food on your table, who the hell are you going to be for? You don't let that bull crap, you got to vote for a Democrat. You people down here in East St. Louis have been voting Democratic for 40, 50 years. You got less. We had more down here when I was down here, and we didn't have nothing down here in the 60s, and you got less now. Now Charlie Powell, Alonzo Greenwood, Alvin Parks, these ass white bastards, they got nice homes. They've got a lot of money. Hell, they tell me Charlie lives over in St. Louis. He had to move back here for the next election. You know, Charlie, let me tell you what, I don't like you, but I really disrespect you if you're going to move over to St. Louis and come back here just to be able to get elected. Now, what kind of crap is that? That's not black and white crap. That's just no good, no count, good for nothing crap. And I don't want to segue into that, but with me, Mayor Carl. Officer Mayor, how the hell you doing today, buddy?
Well, good morning, Bob. How you doing?
Hey, not with the damn.
I'm only going to sit out here and sweat with you for a few more minutes.
Well, I know you got work to do, but go ahead.
I gotta go to Jefferson Barracks, one of your favorite places.
Well, that is those guys over there. I said hi.
Yeah, twice today. But before I do, let me tell you, I had 3 gentlemen come up to me. I was having breakfast at Gary's down in Freeburg this morning.
Now, wait a minute. If they come up to you, I don't know if they were really gentlemen.
Well, let me share with you. You know, you're talking about losing weight. Since I've been your friend, and since you've been running your mouth on the radio, I
don't take offense to running my mouth. I'm just telling the truth.
On the radio.
I'm telling the truth, but go ahead.
I've lost more weight running away from folks.
Well, thank me for that. So,
I missed a good friend, Don. Don grew up on a farm initially down in southern Illinois. Then his dad got a job with the GM&O Railroad, and he moved to Cahokia. He graduated from Cahokia High School, and then he wound up working for the federal government. He told me he listens to you every morning. Don's probably in his early 70s. He just loves you. And then a good friend of Ron Ball came at he and his other buddy, what was his friend's name? Ken. They both came up to me, and they told me that they listen to you every morning. They just want to tell you how grateful they are of what you're doing to expose.
But thank you. I'm the messenger. I didn't create this problem, and I can't solve this problem, Mayor. All I can do is expose the problem. All of us together have to solve this problem. Men, women, black, white, and hear me, people, Democrats and Republicans. This is not about a party. This is about a country. This is about a movement.
Well, I want to tell you this much. There are 2 things, and I got to get out here. But if what you tell me is accurate, that next Monday they're going to turn this
That's
water
what we
on.
heard from reliable sources.
After I talked to you on Tuesday, I called the commissioner of the East St. Louis Power District Tuesday night around 11. He told me that he was going to have a conversation, so I called him back Wednesday night. And he told me that the persons that he spoke to said they're going to get back to him.
Yeah, that's what they said to me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing back. But I'll report back to you. I got to get out of town Monday and Tuesday next week going to a conference. But I'm going to let you know when I on the road Monday what he told me. But don't shortchange yourself. If it had not been for you raising this issue, those young people you see over there, they wouldn't be out here today.
No, you're right. You're right.
This water park is what they want to call it. It's a glorified garden hose.
Yeah, you're exactly
there's
right.
I'm all for it being turned on Monday. But I think that as the future years go on, as you get to Springfield, you're going to be surprised when you see some of the legislation that comes out of there and how we waste so much taxpayers' money.
Well, let me tell you one thing, Mayor, and I promise everybody in East St. Louis, and that's my district, and it's primarily black, if I get elected, East St. Louis is going to see a change because I'm going to go up there. I'm probably not the best representative you could ever have. I'm the second worst running. LaToya Greenwood's the first, but I promise you that we'll either, and I'll use your quote, I'll run my mouth. I'm not the conventional politicians. Those bastards are going to do something for East St. Louis. Those bastards are going to do something for the 104th Legislative District, and they're not going to do all for Chicago. And if they do, I'm going to be, remember your sons and daughters?
Yeah.
Whenever they aggravated you to get them a horse or get them a motorcycle and you wouldn't do it, you never got it done. And I may never get nothing done up there, but I sure aggravated my parents, and I guarantee you I'm going to go up there and aggravate those lousy son of a bitches. I guarantee you the squeaky wheel will get the grease, and I'm going to be really squeaky.
I'm looking forward to this time next year to being in Springfield to see just how long Speaker Madigan will be able to operate with you there without having a massive heart attack. And being a licensed embalmer and funeral director, I will remove his body from the floor of the House of Representatives for nothing.
They told me that I could get in trouble if I staged a protest, stage whatever. And let's segue off.
Oh, we know it's coming.
Listen, our U.S. congressmen, they're worse than the thugs. I wonder where the thugs get this protest and sit down and yell and scream. I mean, there was no decorum at all. In the United States House of Representatives, with everybody watching on TV, the speaker is trying to talk, and primarily Democrats, and I don't care if it was Republicans, I'd say they were no good son of a bitches. They act like a bunch of political thugs.
Well, they got their point across. Listen, I just stopped by to tell you this much. I know you don't deal a lot with international politics and this national stuff. Some persons were saying they didn't like to say, oh, well, Bob is like Donald Trump. You can't buy him. I said, no, Bob's not like Donald Trump. I don't know Donald Trump, but I do know you've known you almost 40 years. You're not perfect, and you never said you were. But one thing that you are is a man of your word. You keep
thank you,
your
Mayor.
word. And I don't agree with some of the stuff.
You don't agree with most of the crap I say, but go ahead.
No,
don't be nice leaving. Your car's intact. I'm not going to flatten your tires. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know that you weren't in South St. Louis shooting a BB gun. But on the serious side, some stuff you say, I just drop my head. Sometimes I just turn my eyes. But you never lied. And at the end of the day, when a man never lies to you, if he tells you the truth, that's why I try to tell people who drive by my house, who see your yard signs in my yard.
Yeah, and I appreciate that,
Mayor.
Mayor.
I said, because this man never lied to me. At least when you tell me or you tell anybody else something, whether it's here on the radio or in private.
Good or bad, take it to the bank.
You can go to the bank. And I know that when you go to Springfield, and this is what a representative does not have any jobs. A representative does not have any contracts. A representative is there to do just that, represent you in Springfield. I believe that I've not had representation as a citizen of the state of Illinois in the 114th District for over 25 years. I've had anybody that represented me.
I agree.
I had somebody that was elected in my district who represented Chicago. And Chicago
That's all they do. That's all they do.
And I know this much. You will represent the people of the 114th District and beyond. So I just stopped by to tell you that I'm getting out of this hot-ass sun with you.
What? This what?
Hot-ass sun.
See, you've been hanging around me too long, Mayor, because normally you wouldn't use that. Ass you'd use hot. I don't think you'd use because that reminds me of hell. No, I'm giving you.
In the Bible,
okay,
the Lord went and got an ass to rode on when he went into Jerusalem.
Well, what are you looking at me for? Hey, you better apologize to the asses. They look a lot better than I do, and they act better than I do, so apologize to the asses of this world, the real.
I apologize to the real asses, but anyway, it is too hot for me to be sitting there, especially if I got to get to Jefferson Barracks.
Hey, Mayor, you got to take care of business. Mayor Carl Officer, thank you very much. Thank you. Mayor Carl Officer, he come by because he's concerned. The mayor even told me, he said, Bob, that $10,000, if you're going to put it all in, I'd like to make a donation. And hey, I want to thank everybody. I've had probably 30 calls, not many from East St. Louis, because I understand, people down here don't have a lot of money. You can only give what you can give. If you need 12 pints of blood, I can't give that to you. If you need one or two, I'll be more than happy to give it to you. But anyway, $500 here, $1,000 here. That gentleman yesterday from the church wanted to donate $500 and wanted the church to donate $500. We're not going to need it, but I'm going to that church, and I'm donating $500 to that church because they're such decent people. But it looks like behind me, hell, they're all gone now. I don't know. Maybe they looked at my face. Maybe I scared them off. They couldn't hear me, so I know that didn't scare them off. But the doors are still open. I honestly think so. For you good people of East St. Louis, we're going to get this Jones's Park splash pool open for you. We're going to see what's going on over at Lincoln Park. They tell me that's not open either. But I should be in the pool because I'm so sweaty now. Of course, that's not a pretty sight when I'm not sweaty. But people, we got to make a difference. And the only way we're going to make a difference if we stand tall, if we take a position. Now, your position doesn't have to be with mine, but we all have to take a position, because if we don't, these rotten-ass bastard politicians, they're going to screw us to no end. The politician, so much pressure, I'm telling you, that they're scrambling. They're scrambling today, and I would assume over the weekend, to open the Jones's Park pool on Monday. And no matter how it gets open, if it gets open, it's a win-win for everybody, especially for the special children of East St. Louis. And we're here at the once beautiful East St. Louis Jones's Park. And again, I'm here today in honor of my son and in honor of all your family that have passed, your children that are living. Let's make a path. Let's make a positive path for the children, not black children, not white children. I'm tired of hearing that. Not Martian children. There's a beautiful young man there, about 2. How old is that gentleman? 1? Well, he's awful big for 1 year. Look, he's going to be another Shaq O'Neal. There's a proud black lady with her son. Is that your husband? That's who? Your friend? Now, here, that's something. Got a young black lady, beautiful black lady, a young black son, and got a young black man as her friend. Now, that's diversity, and I applaud you. I don't give a damn what color you are. It ain't what's on your skin, it's what's in your heart. So I want to thank, what's your name, honey? Jamaica what? Wallace? Walton. Where are you from, Jamaica? East St. Louis. Well, I tell you what, you're a beautiful lady. I'm sure you're proud. Your family's proud of you. Will you and your son use this splash pool? You will? Well, hopefully we're going to get it open. Going to get it open on Monday. So thanks for stopping. You were just in the area, or you just wanted to stop by and see how ugly I was? Don't lie. You okay? Well, now you know how ugly I. When I say my show's as ugly as my face, you can tell me. But sir, what's your name? Corey. That lady's your friend, right? And guess what? You can't see us on TV, but she's black, ain't she? And you're white. Does it make a difference? Hell no, it doesn't make a difference. It's what's in your heart, what's in your gut, what's in your mind, not what's on your skin. That's exactly right. I appreciate all. What's your name, sir?
Bob.
Bob, what's the last name?
Poe.
Poe?
Yep.
Where are you from, Bob? Cahokia. Well, I salute you. Cedric, my main man, Cedric, the best medical person. Well, I wouldn't let him operate on me, but he's pretty good. Cedric, my good friend, thank you for stopping. Nick Cohn, thank all you guys. It's an honor to have you guys come out in this heat. I have to be out here. This is my job. You guys don't have to, but I sincerely appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about our little bit of housekeeping. Then we've got the gentleman from OSART, the O'Fallon Underwater Search and Rescue Team, who never get the credit for what they do, but we're going to give them the exposure and the credit. We'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And don't forget, we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We're here at the once beautiful Jones's Park in East St. Louis. We're at the Jones's Park Splash Pool. For you people who have just turned on, number one, you missed a great half-hour show. And secondary, we want to let you know that they're scrambling to get it open. Apparently, not me, but my voice, through your people's concern, has got this splash pool going to be open on Monday. Somebody said, thank me. Bobby said, no, I'm just the messenger. And I was happy to deliver the message. I was happy to put the heat on these son of a bitches. It never should have had the heat. This thing should have been open should have been open probably May the 1st. But we the people put the heat on these son of a bitchin', and now it's open. And I want to say, don't send me $1 million bill, because I know how some of these politicians are. They'll open this up and put their brothers and sisters to work for $50,000 a year and say, Romanik, you promised to pay the operating expenses. I'll pay, as I'm doing at Horseshoe Lake, Carlisle Lake, and Ramsey Lake, wherever that's at, and I do that not for politics. Please don't insult me to think it's about politics. It's about honoring my son and your family's people who have died. Let's have a memory for everybody. But I will, in honor of my son again, I will pay. Don't open the pool up. They said, Bob, you opened up the parks, and I paid $3,000, $4,000 the first month. No sense of opening up for a month and shutting it down. So I obligated myself to about $35,000 to pay the bills until November. And I will tell you, and it comes through Alonzo Greenwood, because he's the leader of these asswipe bastards in East St. Louis. I will tell you, Lonzo, I will be more than happy. Don't open it up for 3 days for a publicity stunt and then close it. I'll be more than happy to personally, not through my campaign, which I'm self-funding, but I will personally put the money up to run the utilities for the rest of the summer. Let's keep this open all summer. Let's keep it open at least until Labor Day, like they normally do, until September. Let's keep it over. And it just pisses me off, people. that we can't get more people involved. I don't mean I'm not chastising the black community. It happens up there in Belleville. It happens in Spring. It happens in all communities. If you're a no good, no count, rotten son of a bitch, if you don't care for your fellow man and woman, if you don't care for animals, if you don't care for people in this society, the less fortunate, then you're a no good son of a bitch. I don't give a damn what color you are. And again, you guys know I'm running for election. If it costs me the election, don't give a damn. I can go home at night, every night. I can look in the mirror and I can say, Bob, you've done the best you can do. And if we all do the best we can do, if we all help one person out a day, what a great country this would be. It hurts me to see a dog walking down the street hungry. It hurts me to see a person walking down the street. But you'll get these ass white bastard politicians, black and white. They drive by, they're oblivious because they do not give a damn. I give a damn. I give a damn about myself. I give a damn about how I feel about myself. I give a damn about people. I don't give a damn about winning an election. I really don't. If I lose, everybody loses because nobody will be as crazy, as controversial, and as effective as Bob Romanik. Not a black Bob Romanik, not a white Bob Romanik, but a red, white, and blue, an American Bob Romanik. I've got a lady in the crowd here. I don't want to mention your name. Are you off work today? You off work today? June Hamilton Dean. What a nice lady. June, come over here for a minute. I want to thank you for coming out here. June Hamilton Dean, she's on the board in East St. Louis. I guess you're are you commissioner, alderman? What do they call you guys?
Councilwoman.
Councilwoman. No, you're a council lady because you're a beautiful lady inside and out. But
thank you, Bob.
You know, June, I know whenever I talked about this, you listened to me. Oh, I shouldn't say that. You don't listen to me. You're smarter than that. But you said, Bob, if you put that $10,000 up, I'd like to put something to help you. And I said, June, I really don't need it because I'm fortunate enough to make some money. But I said the thought was there. You and Oliver Hamilton were going to put some money up. And you said the same thing I said. Bob, you don't have to mention my name. I just want those kids in East St. Louis to have a cool place to go. You said I'm fortunate enough to have a nice house with air conditioning because you've worked hard. But you were concerned about the less fortunate, and I want to tell you, June Hamilton Dean, I appreciate that, and I won't forget it, and I hope the good people of East St. Louis don't forget it.
Yeah, Bob, I actually used to, in the summertime, I used to work out here when I was 15 and 16 years old.
Yeah, what a pretty
as a
pool.
lifeguard. Yeah, absolutely. So I really appreciate your efforts to come out.
No, yeah, not just our efforts, June. I'm just the voice. I talked to you. I talked to the New Vision Democrats, and I appreciate that, but you guys said, hey, we'll come out strong, but I said, June, you guys don't need to come out. I've got the voice. Let me take care of it. But I know we've talked to the New Vision Democrats. You guys were going to do something, and then you said, Bob, if you're going to help do that, any help you need, but you said during the summer we're going to have a couple big picnics.
Absolutely.
Out of appreciation for and it's an election year, but we're going to start doing that every year, and you guys were in accord to that. Going to have free barbecue, free for everybody, and we don't give a damn if you don't vote for us. I give a damn. June Hamilton Dean, Bob Eastern, Oliver Hamilton, and all the great members of the New Vision Democrats of East St. Louis, they'd like to get a vote. That's secondary. They want to see people have a good time, and I salute you guys for that. Sometimes we gotta take care of people. People should trump politics on every level, don't you think, June?
Oh, absolutely. We're out there right now at the city sign right on 10th Street. We're doing a cleanup effort out there. We got young folks out there who volunteered their time, and the mayor has a good initiative. She's out there. She's put her time in along with the city manager and their staff. It's been a great opportunity to see our young folks involved in the community. Yeah. And so this is another effort to give them a place to go. Yeah.
I don't always agree with Mika Jackson Hicks, and I've been mean to her, but I think not as a woman, and I know she's a great mother,
yes, she
great
is.
mother.
Absolutely.
But I don't always agree with her, but I want to salute her for this initiative, and I think she's wise in joining the New Vision Democrats because she can see the new vision. You guys, the new vision for a better East St. Louis, and you guys you've broken away from the plantation, June. You've broken away from Sprague and Kern. Where was Sprague and Kern to open this up, June? I ask you, and it's rhetorically, of course. They're over there in their $500 suits in St. Louis for the NAACP dinner eating steak and lobster. These poor kids can't even get a rotten hot dog.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's all about doing what's best for the city of East St. Louis. That's really all I'm concerned about. We have a beautification project going on, and we're looking for any help we can get out there with that. So,
how can they get a hold of you, June?
You can call me at 618-530-1009. We're out there every day, so any help we can get. We're trying to get lights out there so that we can have different events. We want to have a movie night and everything else, so it'll be great. opportunity for our folks in the community to come out and
Well,
support.
what I'm going to do, and I'll drop it off because I don't have time. I want to give you guys a couple $100 to get water because I know how hot. I mean, it's hot it's hot, and
Yes.
I haven't been to hell yet. I know that's where I'm going, but it's awful hot out here. You know it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, June, what do you have to say to the good people of East St. Louis, political or otherwise?
Well, just be encouraged. We're going to turn the city around. There's a new vision for the city. We're going to turn it around. We're going to make it a more beautiful place, a safe place for our kids to come and grow up. That's the main goal. We just want to make it a better place for our citizens.
Well, I salute you guys, the New Vision Democrats, and for you people in East St. Louis that don't know, they're not Republicans. I'm not a Republican.
No.
All of us had to run on the Republican ballot because the asswipe, corrupt son of a bitches in Belleville and East St. Louis, you can't get on the ballot. You can't get ballot access. So we ran. We're on the Republican bus, but we're not Republicans. We're men, women, black and white, Democrats, Republicans, independents. We've all united. And there'll be people down here say, the New Vision Democrats, they're Republicans. They're going to vote. They're not voting for Republicans. They're voting the person, not the party. And you guys had the guts to come off the plantation, the Sprague, the Kern, the Barra Civics. These guys have been promising the proud black community all these things for all these years and never gave them nothing, June.
Well, I'm not familiar with them personally. The only thing I know is that our city hasn't prospered in the last 20 to 30 years, and so we would really like to see change and see something positive happen.
Well, I think with you guys, I know you're running, and I know that's not why you're here, but
No.
you'll be running next April for
Yes.
council lady again, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, if the people of East St. Louis have any intelligence, any sense, any heart, which they have all three, you'll get elected because I see you behind the scenes doing everything you can do. If you hadn't come here, I wouldn't even have thought about it. But when you stood there and you're out here to represent and support, you called me 2 days ago, said, Bob, I listened to you on the radio, me and the New Vision Democrats, my brother Oliver, if we can donate because we want to get that open. And I like what you said. You said, you don't have to give us credit. And I said, no, I don't want credit. I just want this pool open. And you agreed. And I want to salute you and thank you for that. And thanks for stopping by.
And I thank you. And have a great day.
June
Thank you.
Hamilton Dean, Councilwoman from East St. Louis, thank you very much. June, here, give me a hug. Thank you very much. Now, see, there's a true public servant, not a politician. June Hamilton Dean, I think if you call her a politician, she's going to beat the hell out of you. I think she'll beat the hell out of you, but for her to come by, it's a symbolic thing. For her to come by, take the time out, whatever she's doing, and I hope you got her number. I didn't. But if any of you guys, black, white, green, purple, let's quit making it a racial thing. They're trying to clean up East St. Louis. I'm going to come back. If I'm elected state representative, this is my district. I'm going to help develop it because I like East St. Louis. I'm down here every day until I want to get something to eat, until I want to go to the show, until I want to shop. And you can't do it. And it's not the proud black people's fault. It's the politicians' fault because they don't want East. Listen to me, you proud black community of East St. Louis. And you know I tell it the way it is, and you can say I'm a racist, and I'm far from being a racist. It's your fault. They keep you on the plantation so they can control you. You don't have to work. You don't have to have businesses. We're going to give you money. It's your fault. Get off the plantation like the New Vision Democrats. Understand what's going on. And I'm not shorting you people because you people aren't stupid. You're ignorant, and ignorant means you just don't know what's going on, but find out what's going on, and when you do, you're going to be so pissed off, you're going to talk worse than I do. Hey, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk to the OSART people, and I'm looking for his name, right here, Jeff Lang. He's the first officer for OSART, and that's the acronym for O'Fallon Underwater Search and Rescue Team. These guys are the ones that go out. Heaven forbid somebody drowns or they're looking for evidence in a lake. These guys are the unsung heroes. They go out. They don't get any funding. They have to fund themselves, and hopefully we can help them out. But there's the guys that they're behind the scene doing a major part to help with recovery of a dead body, to help with getting evidence, to help prosecute a no-count, rotten, no-good son of a bitch and criminal. And I don't want to compare them to politicians because I'd have to apologize to the criminals. But we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We're out here at lovely Jones's Park because of us, the people, black, white, men, women. Democrats, we'll give them some credit, Republicans, because we've had some Democrats call who I think are going to vote the other way, and I salute you for your intelligence. I think the Splash Park in Jones's Park is going to be open on Monday. They're scrambling around, and I think we the people, got these rotten bastards off their asses because they needed $10,000. Remember, people, 4 days ago. But all of a sudden, when I offered to give them, to donate the money, and I tell you what, it was self-serving because it made me feel good. They wouldn't take it. They ducked me, and they had to do something because they know we, the people, understood what was going on. So they're scurrying around, and that's okay. The pool, no matter, they can take credit, they can take blame. All I care about is these children having a cool place to go during the day, because I know most of them are going to burn up at night. So at least we made a difference during the day. And people ask, and I've been fortunate. I've worked my ass off. I've worked 2-3 jobs all my life, and I've made a little bit of money, and I give back. This is a great country. You know, if you're a farmer and you have a great crop and you make $1,000 selling that crop, you don't go out and blow that 1,000. You go out and blow 500. The other 500 you put back into fertilizer. You put back in your land so you can reap the benefits the next year. And that's what I'm doing, and I wish everybody that was fortunate enough to give back would give back. Because you can't take it with you. You know, you can't take it with you. I respect money for what it can do. These rotten bastard politicians, the black and white, not just the white, not just the black and white, these son of a bitches worship money. And money's not God, and I'm not a real religious guy, but, you know, if you're going to worship something, worship God. Don't worship money, but these asswipe politicians do. We're going to take a minute out to do our housekeeping. Then I got Mr. Jeff Lang. He's the first officer for the OSART. That's the O'Fallon Underwater Search and Rescue Team, and I knew nothing about it, and I'm an ex-policeman, but I didn't know they had such an organization, but we'll get to them, and I want to salute those guys for all that they do. St. James Catholic Parish and School Blood Drive coming up Thursday, July the 7th, from 3 to 8 p.m. into Parish Hall, located at 412 West Washington in Millstadt. A beautiful lady from Millstadt, Marge, came by and asked if I would be kind enough, and I said, "Are you crazy? It'd be an honor to help people to get blood for the American Red Cross." And you can call Marge at 618-401-5122 to get any additional information and to get involved. Also in Millstadt, coming up next Friday and Saturday, and we'll be there, the radio station, the 145th Annual Millstadt Fireman's Picnic. It'll be held at Liederkrantz Park in Millstadt, Illinois, the beautiful town of Millstadt. Going to be chicken dinners, fried fish, cold beer. You got to have cold beer in Millstadt. Friday night, they're going to have Middle Studs performing. Saturday night, the Well Hungarians. And it's the Millstadt Union Fire Department. Please come out and support these guys because they're like the OSAR team. These guys help us out. They protect our families, and they got to have fundraisers. I mean, we throw enough money away for these asswipe politicians and their salaries. Let's give some to these volunteer groups that help us out day in and day out. The American Legion Belleville Post, 1937, having their meat shoot and wheel raffle this Sunday, June the 26th, at TR's place, 4901 Concordia Church Road. Starts at noon. If you have any questions, concerns, like to get involved, you can contact Commander Jim Farbus at 618-409-1212. The Knights of Columbus in Cahokia, their car show coming up this Saturday, June the 25th, from 4 to 8 p.m., located at the Knights of Columbus, 100 East 5th Street in Cahokia. It's to benefit the Semper Fi Fund and Americans Fund, and we want to salute you guys out at the KC for trying to give back. New Memphis Station, great time tomorrow. Their first annual crawfish boil will be held this Saturday, tomorrow, June the 25th, starting at 2 p.m. We're going to have crawfish. They're going to have bands. It's going to be a great time. If you'd like to get involved, they're a little bit east of Mascoutah, not far out. The radio station is going to be there for a while. But you can contact Cliff at 588-3000 to get any additional information. The St. Stephen's Parish, all-you-can-eat chicken dinner coming up this Saturday, tomorrow, from 3 to 7 p.m. at Vote Hall in Caseyville, Illinois. Great people out at St. Stephen's Parish in Caseyville. Best fried chicken around. We're going to try to make it out there today. Dine and donate. It's today, June the 24th, the Kaskaskia River House, located at number 1 Harbor Point Drive in New Athens, Illinois. It's to benefit the New Athens Volunteer Fire Department. If you'd like to get involved, if you're concerned, like to donate or like to attend today, the Dine and Donate, you can contact 618-475-2223. The Freeburg Police and Public Safety Fundraiser, to be held Saturday, July the 16th at 1 p.m. at Clinton Hills Golf Course. Beautiful golf course. I don't golf. I'm not athletic enough. I'm barely athletic enough to put my drawers on. But they have whole sponsorship, dinner sponsorships, entry fees, if you'd like to get involved, and I hope you would, because they're great people out in Freeburg, and I want to salute our friend Matt Trout. He's the golf pro, and he's the one putting this together, and it's a hard job putting these fundraisers together, especially these golfing fundraisers, but I want to salute you, Matt, for what a great job you've done. And you can contact Matt if you'd like to get involved, and please do, because we'll be out there. You can call Matt at 618-410-8077. Also, what do we have here? That's Matt's business here. You can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all 3 of our stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m., Monday through Friday, and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, cuss me out, flip me off, do whatever the hell you want, because I don't give a damn. But seriously, go to the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook to get the underbelly, to get all the insight, all the information of what's going on in this rotten bastard crap that we call politics in St. Clair County. I'm not going to do on this date, don't have enough time. Nick Cohen. This is a gentleman that's donated the gun so we can raffle off and give some money to the vet. He's out here from Granite City. Has nothing to do with St. Clair County. He just donated $100 to the Quizart guys so they can help recover bodies and do whatever. You know, Nick, you know, you're going to have to get away from me. You're a little bit, you may be God coming down a second calling, because the things you do out of the kindness of your heart, and I didn't want to make a bad religious reference, but you know what, you're just a great guy. You don't need the recognition. You don't want the recognition, but I recognize people who do something for the community. Nick Cohen, Granite City, thank you very much. The O'Fallon Underwater Search and Recovery Team, OSART, with me, Mr. Jeff Lang, the first officer for OSART. Jeff, I'm an ex-policeman, ex-chief of police, and I knew there was underwater recovery, but I thought the state took care of that. You guys do this. You're not funded. You do something for me and the entire community, recovering bodies, recovering evidence, and then you guys got to go out and have fundraisers so you can do a service for us.
That is correct, sir.
You know, that's unbelievable. And this is me. Don't get mad at Jeff. It pisses me off. You know, these guys are out there, and they could their lives, they could go under a water and never come back up. They do this out of the kindness of their heart. They're all professionals, and they have to have fundraisers. Now the state gives money. The state gives money, will give money to me if I'm elected. I'm not taking it. But every state representative, every state senator make over $100,000 a year in benefits and salary. And we're going to do not much of nothing, because you can see we haven't had a budget in over a year. But for groups like you guys, you're out there, in essence, swimming by yourself. And I just think it's egregious and atrocious, and whatever word I want to use, because it just pisses me off, Jeff. And I know you don't want to play politics, but I do. But you've got a fundraiser coming up?
Yes, we have a fundraiser coming up. We have a barbecue in downtown O'Fallon at the Knights of Columbus parking lot. We're selling pork steaks and barbecue and bratwursts to raise money for us. We do this 2-3 times a year. That's one of the ways we get money. We also get donations from great people around the area. We've just recently become a 501c3 organization, so a lot of that stuff is tax deductible. But that's basically how we fund everything. Our biggest bills are like insurance and paying for the unit that we drive.
Right.
The equipment, everybody who is on the dive team has their own personal equipment. They bring it to the team themselves. They have to pay for it themselves. But basically, we actually ask people for donations. One of the other things we do at Christmas time is we go and get donations, just standing on street corners, kind of like the firemen do, and collect money. And what we do with that money is we buy Christmas presents for the needy children in the O'Fallon, Belleville, the local community, basically. We funnel all that money into that, and hopefully they have a better Christmas based on that.
Well, I want to salute you guys for that. We've got a few minutes left, Jeff. Can you give the listening audience what you guys actually do and how you do it?
Well, we started off in 1969 when our founding member saw a recovery of a small child, and they were using a big hook to hook the individual, and he said that's wrong. What he wanted to do, one of his key core principles was he wanted to help that family recover, not just recover the victim.
In a respectful way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he put together a bunch of folks who were dive qualified, and then there's also folks that are not dive qualified, our support people, basically linesmen and other people, support staff. And what we'll do is we'll get called out to a scene, and we'll basically get a briefing from whoever's in charge saying, hey, this is what we're recovering. We're trying to find a body. We're trying to recover this vehicle. Recently, they said, hey, some local people said, hey, can you come out and help me find my equipment that I accidentally dumped out of my boat?
Right.
So we'll do all that stuff. And then what we do is we figure out the area we're going to look in. We assemble a couple divers. We'll have a primary diver. We'll have a backup diver. And then we'll have a third one who's about 90% ready to get into water. And we'll send them out on tethers, and we'll search the area.
Right.
And when the first diver gets tired, we'll send the second one in if we haven't found it yet. And we'll keep searching. We've searched 4 or 5 hours at a time, just trying to find what we're looking for.
I've got a condo up in Grafton, and you guys, and it turned out bad, but you guys were up there trying to recover the body of that poor lady that got swept away up in the Mississippi, weren't you?
Yes, we were. We never found her, unfortunately, and it was a tough search on that one because we had to go into a conduit, a pipe.
Oh, I know. It was. I hear it was very, very dangerous. But see, you guys, I'm saying it, not you. You guys are the unsung heroes, because you're right. If heaven forbid somebody's family member drowned, I don't want to see a hook in it. I want to see it brought up respectfully. And you guys, I want to salute you for all you do. And it's really, people didn't understand that and don't, but now they do. And I think maybe you'll be getting a lot more support. How can anybody donate if they want, Jeff? How can they get to you guys?
Well, currently we are on Facebook under the O'Fallon Underwater Search and Recovery Team. You have to spell it all out. And we're working on a website, and we'll put that on there as well.
And we'll get to give me that information, and we'll pump it for you guys, because we appreciate all you do.
Excellent. And so if you go to there, you'll be able to find contact information, and just call us up and say, hey, I want to donate, or hey, I want to be part of the team. We welcome everybody and anybody. Whether you're a diver, whether you're support personnel, we bring people in, we train them, and then we go out to dive sites and do what we need to do to get it, the job done.
Mr. Jeff Lang, first officer for OSART, I want to salute you. With him is a good friend of mine, and I guess once a Navy SEAL, always a Navy SEAL, Chris Heatherly. He's a member of the OSART, and you ought to be proud of Chris, because Chris pumps you guys up, and I know Chris is a very, very integral part of your team, and we want to salute you and Chris Heatherly for all you and the rest of your guys do. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate you.
Well, we appreciate your support, sir.
Hey, you got my support, and hopefully we'll have everybody else support. Listen, we're out here at Jones's Park Splash Pool because of us, not me, because of us. We put enough pressure on. It will be opening, I believe, Monday. And I will tell you guys, you politicians down here, give me a call. I will help, or I'll pay for the operating expenses. Not $1 million. Don't put your families to work. But I will help keep it open. And you guys, everybody be proud, because just me alone couldn't have done this. But me telling you, informing you, and you guys making calls, and I know there were calls made to Alonzo Greenwood, a whole bunch of them, calls made to Jones's Park District. We've got it done. So, and everybody or nobody can take credit. All I know is the kids Monday are going to have a place to go. We're going to have to go. Once again, I want to wish my son a happy birthday, and anybody else that's lost a family member. Remember, hug your children, hug your parents, because you may never get another chance. This is Bob Romanik. the Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's by-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hope everybody has a safe weekend. Friend and foes, I'll see you guys on Monday, 10 o'clock, same time, same place, and we'll continue to fight these ass-white, no-count, good-for-nothing, rotten bastards day in and day out until we finally squash them like cockroaches that they are. And I want to apologize to the cockroaches. But let's continue, people, to unite, to come together, men, women, black, white, Democrats and Republicans, independents. Let's make a change. Let's make a change for a better, a change for the people, not for the politicians. And we can continue to do that if we unite together, all of us. If we continue to expose these rotten, bastard, political, parasitical, perverted punks that we call politicians. And when it's all over, all said and done, do what we have to do, what I like to do, but what we really have to do is destroy these low-life, bottom-feeding bastards. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.